Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Lindsay, the Housewife Historian, and we're talking Real Housewives of New Jersey today because we had a really busy weekend with a lot of information that came out about allegedly Pizzagate and allegedly money that was, well, not money, but like a $500 gift card that was allegedly given from a housewife to a blogger, if you will. And then we have the PI who left a voicemail for Joe, and it's been leaked and it's online. And then we have Andy Cohen who is talking on his Cyrus radio station about Louie and the PI, and how the PI has reached out to him to different occasions, and then also allegedly the PI running into Joe and Melissa. So we have a lot to talk about this morning. Good morning, ladies. I hope everyone's having a great Monday morning. A lot to unravel, even though we have seen the third part of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Here we are almost a week later, still discussing more information, more leaked information, allegedly about these publicists and money being transferred. I don't know if I should say money, I guess gift card, allegedly. It's kind of crazy if you think about it because it's really muddying the water for content creators and the franchises. I think that Melissa and Margaret have always, especially Melissa, has had a strong presence online since the very beginning because she's was maybe a little bit more younger, taking social, keeping up with the times a little bit more on social media. She surely was on social media a lot when the Real Housewives of New Jersey first came out. In the blogs, we know she would come in like and be an anonymous account and would comment and, you know, say things that would make it pretty obvious of who she was. And, whenever it's online, there's always a record of it. Right, guys? I mean, and at that time, blogs were really big. That's when everyone would blog, right? So there would be a lot of anonymous blogs that would say things about Teresa and Jacqueline and Caroline, and it would be pretty obvious. I've posted about that before, allegedly. Um, Tinkerbell Puff says Up and Adam was reporting that Teresa and Louie are having marital problems. Do you know if that's true? Um, I don't necessarily think that's true. This was reported a long, long time ago, actually. Right when they first got married, someone claimed they overheard her in the grocery store complaining about the dogs and the cigarette smoke. I don't necessarily think that's true. There was a blind item that I forgot to post from June 15th, and I wish somebody could pull it right now for me because I don't have my tablet or my computer in front of me. But I'm going to drop that and do an entire live. It's a pretty interesting blind item and it's pretty obvious who it's directed at. Also on Behind the Velvet Rope, David Yontov said that he is 150% sure that Melissa is going to be taking the boot for the Real Housewives of New Jersey, even though execs and producers obviously want to bring Melissa back because they want to keep all of their fan base. And if they get rid of Melissa, what's going to happen to her fans? But maybe they don't realize where we need like a real actual consensus of where people stand, right? Because we know that sometimes the housewives can buy these like AI people and accounts. And actually, Monica, who listens, it was like a wasp or something. Monica, she follows me and she usually hops on my lives as well. She pointed out something really great. There was like an AI on Twitter and it was leaving the same comment on different posts, but it was obviously in favor of, Melissa and Margaret. But again, Melissa having a bigger presence on social media for a longer time because I think Teresa was like busy raising her kids and she was filming. And then when the indictment came out and they were going to court, and then, she had to go away and then he went away and she was working. I just don't think that she found like she didn't feel a need for it. Like she had such a high presence and fans and everyone loved her and her cookbooks did amazing and she did meet and greets and people really always spoke really great of her anytime she did any projects outside of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, like when she was on with Donald Trump, she was on, I cannot remember the show where he would tell people they were fired. Yeah, she was on that show with Nene Leakes, I think. So Teresa, and they've always said she treats the staff very well. She treats the camera crew of everyone really really kindly. Carlos King said that like back in the day, season 1, season 2, when they would wrap up filming, they would have dinner and everyone had to stay and have a seat at the table and they would sit down and have dinner at the Judices and drink homemade wine, and everyone there ate and everyone had a place at the table, as in like the cameramen and the producers. It was like a family occasion and that's what they did. So, and I believe that, and I think that Teresa, you can tell she's very hospitable, like when you come in her home, like um I think that Joe Judice is definitely like that. Let's look at some of the comments. Tinkerbell and Adam have declared to be friends with Marge. Tinkerbell. So this is Yo-Yo's comment in reference to the comment about is Teresa and Louie having issues in their marriage? And Yo-Yo said Tinkerbell up and Adam has declared to be friends with Marge. So we kind of have to take it from what it might be worth. The Apprentice. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The smear campaign is coming and the ones accusing Trey and Louis of. Yeah, it's really crazy what's been happening. It's really sad to see because it's like blurring the lines between um reporting and talking about what's going on with the housewives to running a narrative, a specific narrative about people. And I don't know. I mean, they both leak things but not necessarily about each other, but sometimes. And I definitely think that again, M and M were already like doing this a long time ago because Teresa wasn't defending herself, guys. If you remember, Teresa was not defending herself and she was not online defending herself, right? Um and so I think that we've seen a little bit of a different Teresa because we see Louis, right? And he actually specializes in like tech stuff. So it would make sense that she's like, okay, I'm gonna get online, see what's going on in here, and realize probably like the difference that it would make. Having online support, online fans, engaging. Allegedly, this gag order is still in place. I'm not sure how that works, if they are or not under contract. Um, she says it seems like everyone makes it okay for Marge to collect dirt on everyone, but when Trey does it, oh my God, it's a problem. I kind of have to agree with you here only because I posted, if you go to my Instagram, HW Historian number 2, um, I posted video from Married to Medicine when one of the ladies came on at the reunion and the other ladies were mad at her for doing a private investigation on each of them. And she said that she was just preparing for the reunion and she apologized to them. Andy Cohen was the host. She apologized to the ladies, and that's exactly what she said. She said, I got a PI because this was my first reunion and I was trying to be prepared. And I'm so sorry if that offended you guys. And so this isn't the first time for something like that to happen. And it does seem like we've been seeing accounts shut down. We've been seeing accounts demonetized. We've been seeing accounts reported. We've been seeing all these different weird things happening with people's accounts if they are pro tree huggers, or if they're leaving comments or if they're leaving posts, right? Like a lot of people having issues with their accounts. We know the real Andy BH getting his account demonetized. I mean, that's crazy, guys. We know Jennifer Aiden did an amazing interview with Martinis with Eddie, whom I love. Um, and I was on his live a couple of times. So yeah, I feel bad. I think they had to take it down. So I don't know, guys, but also what is the like what's going around is allegedly your mom's watching account. You guys will remember her. She was on like really big whenever the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills came out, and Patrick Summers came out and said that he was working for Kathy Hilton. She was the first one to announce it, so it was really big. And she has a lot of ties to New York, and she's good friends with Dana Wilkie. And she had alleged that her very good friend worked for Bo Deal and was assigned to, I guess, go meet with Vanessa and ask her questions for Louie. Questions like, would you go back with your ex if he left his wife? Allegedly, Louie's ex found out this woman had used a fictitious name, which is a little strange unless if she was just completely paying cash at her office, which I guess is possible for her services. But usually anything medical, mental health, you're using something, like insurance. So it'd be very difficult to use a fictitious name. Then allegedly a bill accumulated, and that's how Louis' ex found out that this woman had used a fictitious name and that she was allegedly tied to Bo Deal. And then Bo came out and he left Joe Gorga a message, and he basically says that Joe Gorga has small kahuna, like whatever. And it's so funny because when Joe was doing Grow with Joe Gorga, remember when he was like, when he did the book and he was going to do the tour, and he had a website and it said, like, basically because he had the balls to do this huge $1 million deal, that's what made him, so rich. And he says that he uses a guy that had a line of credit in the city because for some reason he couldn't get money from the bank. I think maybe it was like after Hurricane Sandy or something. And he's like, it was 15% interest, but it was this old man that had this line of credit. And he's like, I had to drive him from into the city to where like the apartment complex was, because it was like a $2.3 million deal. And Joe needed the money within like a couple of days, and the guy ended up loaning it to him, and like at a 15% interest rate off of like his line of credit. And I was like, is that like, are you I don't know what kind of business dealings people have, I mean, behind closed doors, but I don't know. I'm just saying, this is the kind of things that happen in New Jersey. Like, they're unconventional there. So when people want it to fit in this perfect box, when it comes to, the other couch or the M's and the M's, it doesn't, because New Jersey is its own. It's like its own country. It has its own written rules. Some are unspoken rules that you don't even, if you're not from the area or like know someone from the area, you wouldn't even know that some of the rules there. So, yeah, it's crazy. And then the pizza oven, Pizzagate circles back around, because allegedly the woman who was working for Bo knows Thea from your mom's watching account. Like, they're friends, and Thea said that they were good friends. And that's crazy. Like, small world. But she does have a lot of ties to New York City and the biz. So, um, I want to know where this woman's at. Is she going to come out and do an interview? I feel like Dana Wilkie would have her on her channel. If she's allowed to tell Thea, then she must be allowed. I don't know, though, because I don't know. I don't know. Are you allowed to do that? You think there would be like some kind of NDA? Yo says Margaret tried to own David Yontef like she does Adam, but David said no, he owns himself, to the audience. He did. I love David. Oh, so then the pizza ovens. back to the pizza ovens. They were somehow in circulation because some had been donated, and some of the people that they were donated to decided to sell them on eBay. And somehow your mom's watching Thea was able to get it. Margaret wanted it for the reunion. They met up. Allegedly, there was a $500 gift card given from Margaret to Thea from your mom's watching account as in a thank you for the pizza oven. Also alleged, and she, I think, says all this. She, that's, she's not hiding that. And then allegedly she had reached out to Louie and said, like, hey, I'm friends with Melissa Feaster, which I kind of felt was like a little bit weird. Because wouldn't she have said, like, hey, I'm friends with so and so who's who you sent to go interview your ex? I don't know. She probably didn't want to. I don't know. Maybe the friend wasn't allowed to tell her, and now she's not working for Beau or something, so she can talk about it. Because Beau's adamant he's not investigated anyone on the cast. He's told Andy Cohen that twice. Andy Cohen, he has his like Cyrus radio station. He alleges that Beau's reached out to him 2 different times, saying, I may have worked for Louie on other projects, but I did not investigate anyone on this cast. So, what was the lady's name he interviewed? Rachel. What was the lady's name he interviewed? Are you talking about? I don't know what interview you're talking about. How there was a friend of Vanessa that did an interview with Carlos. I'm not sure of their connection, but I did hear that somehow there's a connection. Seems like Thea knows everyone and did everything, but she's a blogger. That boggles my mind. Thea was helping Rena too. Look what happened to Rena. Rena had the same yellow envelopes. That's a good point. And I feel like she did talk about Louie hiring a publicist like a long, long time ago, because when Dana came on my show, Dana Wilkie, that was like the first time it was said in the blogs, was on my show live. After we did a reunion, not a reunion, I'm sorry, we were just doing a review of one of the episodes, and she dropped that in my show that there was allegedly a publicist, 2 of them, I guess, allegedly, that was paid, that were bought basically to do whatever. She says Rena's envelope was never viewed as well as Margaret's and Fuda. Allegedly, Margaret's envelope contained information that showed transactions between Louie and, I don't know, bloggers, I guess. I don't know. That's allegedly what they're saying it contained. And they're saying that it contained that, and that Bravo didn't really want that narrative to be, they didn't want that to be part of the narrative, right? They don't really want everyone to know that they have their hand in the blogger world, and they are making or breaking. It's okay when they're making you, but when they're breaking you, it's a problem, right? So it's not great. Not great. At least Rena wasn't having an account shut down. I mean, people would talk mad about Rena, and she took it. I can't say that. Yes, she said on her interview with Dana, the conversation she had with Joe and Margaret, it's obvious she is the only one that has been busted. Maybe that's true. We're also hearing, besides that, oh, she did DM him and say that she was friends, and that anything he needed just to let her know. And it doesn't look like he replied to her, but then there were messages released that allegedly were new, that were called Margaret a pig, and talked about these sunglasses that were purchased with a $500 gift card. Now, allegedly, these messages aren't real because they've been debunked due to the fact that they're missing like the blue check mark and the underline under the name. If you were, corresponding with someone through a DM, it's a specific way. And so they're saying that they've been copy and paste. They're just not authentic. I don't know if they are or not. And I don't have a picture to show you guys. I wish I did, but I'm sure that you guys have seen them floating around. Allegedly, the DM from Louie doesn't have the blue check mark. Exactly. And it doesn't have the line under his name. Yeah. Allegedly. Yep. So I mean, that is a big deal. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I would hate to think that these ladies got together and copy and pasted together some messages. I mean, that would be kind of a little bit overstepping, I'm sure. And I think also, doesn't she tell someone that she reached out to him to try to get him to, I don't want to say incriminate himself, but did she say that? Was that just a leaked text message? I think maybe. Because don't forget, she was in correspondence with All About the Truth when the pizza oven, Pizzagate happened, if you remember. And I think that their conversations were, I don't think they were like leaked. I don't think Thea cared, but they were like making their rounds in circulation. What's up with bloggers like Up and Adam saying Trey is going to divorce Louie due to marital issues? I have no idea. I have not heard anything about divorce. They were just at a concert all weekend, and then they also had the son's birthday party, Louie's son. They had like, I think that's why they went to the concert, maybe because it was his birthday. They take the kids to a lot of concerts. I said that. Why did M give her Walmart gift? Yo, you Yo-Yo says, why did Margaret give her a Walmart gift card? Did she get a 10% discount from her deal with Margaret? It's probably how they pay her. They probably pay her in Walmart because it's not like a beauty line of like brushes that you can buy like in a set or that are, specific to anything. It's, Macbeth collection clothes, but they are pre-worn. I'm not being an asshole. It says pre-worn, and they're like size small and extra small. And then there's some like authentic things like cell phone cases. There's an account saying Chris Laredo is Gabriella's real dad. They are really hitting low. That's a weird. I did not even hear that. Like Chris Laredo would have like another kid that we did we think he had another child? I did actually feel like I remember. Well, I mean, not saying that that's Gabrielle. I'm saying like I feel like I do remember that the story always went that Jacqueline lived in Las Vegas. He lived here, but he had a girlfriend here because New Jersey, because that's where he lived primarily. But he was like flying to Vegas a lot because of the fact that he was, I don't know, he was doing some sort of business out there in Vegas. And him and Jacqueline were doing the you know what, and she got the bun in the oven. And so she came and moved to New Jersey. So she was actually, she was away from her whole family living here and filming and, having issues with Nicholas and an undiagnosed issue at that. So I feel bad. Like she was going through a lot to be filming. Um, I think there will be consequences this time as well, like they did with RHOBH with Renna. Your mom's watching are the same pages that were helping Renna, and she stated it as well. Renna was let go. That's true. Oh, Monica, what did Monica have to say? Where are you at, Monica? Sorry, I was trying to find. You guys know I love Monica. She always has good she was the one that pointed out the AI comment. I think I told you guys that she pointed out on Twitter that this account left the same exact comment on like 2 different tweets. And obviously it's a bot, right? Eminem are paranoid, but they can't figure out who Gabriella is. So they've thought it was Jen Aiden before. Girl, you're right. They thought it was everybody before. If you don't remember, they thought it was everyone. They thought it was first they thought it was Gabriella as in like Teresa's daughter. Seriously. That's why Marge wanted her to go live. And then secondly, they did think it was Jennifer or someone on Jennifer's team because Margaret was like saying, okay, Jennifer, question mark. Okay. And she put the name of the woman that Bill had the affair with, allegedly, the woman. and her name is like very, very, I can't even remember it. It was like a crazy name I've never heard of before, ever. So I could not even remember it. And it stands out like pretty harshly. And so basically, Margaret thought that that was Jennifer Aiden. And so she mentioned the mistress to try to trigger Jennifer. Oh, Monica 1 is now Monica. Got you, got you. Darn, Emily said I missed half the conversation. I know. Well, that's okay. There's been so much going on. We're just kind of breaking some of it down a little bit. And oh, thank you, Yo Yo. I was waiting on someone to come through. Yes, this is the name, okay? That's why nobody else really probably even knows this. I mean, it was said because Jennifer actually, I think, I don't know, she commented, I think, in my comments and I missed it. And I feel like she hates me for it. And it's my bad because, like, so many alerts, I just get anxiety, so I just stop checking them. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. So I'm like, I can't check them. I'm sorry. And I missed it by like, I don't know, like a day. And anyways, so this is allegedly the office manager, and Margaret put that in the DM to Gabriella because she thought it was Jennifer Aiden. She was trying to trigger her because nobody else knew this woman's name except for maybe anyone that would have worked with Bill at that time, which, we don't know anyone that would have worked with Bill that time. But if they had worked with Bill at that time, then maybe they would know. But yeah. So Marge hit solo. I swear I couldn't even argue. In it, share, you'd have to get physical. I mean, who worked for Bill Aiden? I mean, that would be anyone that just worked for Bill Aiden during that time would know, maybe. Ugh. I know, but they didn't even talk to Margaret at the reunion. Like, they asked about Lexi. Like, Margaret did not have a lot going. I mean, even though she broke her arm, and like every scene between her and Joe, they were talking about nose hairs and chin hairs and ear hairs, and he was having to help her because of her cast and stuff. Like, they didn't have a whole lot going on. Lexi's living there, her son's living there, and so I guess they kind of use that. But I mean, we didn't really hear much from them at the reunion, to be honest. Rachel says that your mom is watching lie doesn't even make sense. If they have their own PR, why would they use a rando with no NDA? It doesn't make sense. That's a good point. I don't know. I'm not sure. Unless they like new information, they pledged their allegiance and they really didn't or like paying them regularly enough. Like, I mean, like All About the Truth, they have a lot of information, you know what I mean? And it's true and it's on point because it's coming. It's not playing the game of phone. And they have a lot of receipts too, you know what I mean? And I'm sure that they're if they would they have NDAs just because they were like I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know how they do business. I'm not sure. My God, she was totally pathetic when she broke her arm. I really would, though. Sorry, not sorry. I just do not. I cannot put up with that. I give it to Trey and Jen for not getting physical. I mean, it is frustrating. That's what I'm saying. Like, um, Eminem, that side of the couch has been doing this for like years. They never expected a pushback, guys. It's almost kind of been like what is the word I'm looking for? Like a revolution, if you will, a revolution of Teresa fans, and but not just Teresa fans, a revolution of people who have morals or that literally just want to expose them because they know that or they feel like they're not great people, or they wronged this person. I mean, there's, you start burning bridges, you start leaving, people burnt behind. And sometimes it kind of felt like anytime I would say anything about them, even if it was an article and I would just read it, I would get so much backlash. Like, I've been talking about the Gorgas and the Chanel purses for since I started my channel. You can go way back to my videos, way, 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 way back. And but people did not like that. Like, there was a revolution that happened this season. Like, you've never seen so much pushback. And I think that that is not a bad thing. But it just goes to show it's kind of been a war, because it's like they don't want to give up their territory. And Teresa fans are starting to multiply, I feel like, on the internet, because it's like, are their fans real fans? We don't know, because they use so many different techniques. We don't know if, like, the people commenting and liking and sharing are legitimate. They could be if they were, like, family or cousin or something. I mean, at this point, the Gorgas, I mean, the pizza ovens allegedly came from an idea from a freaking restaurant that allegedly M and Jay, they had an appearance, they got a paid appearance to go there or something like that along those lines. Well, they were there at this place, and that they had their own pizza oven, like, subscription business. And so he took that idea directly from, I mean, like, it is insane. That's what I'm saying. People don't believe this happens. Like, they have their own rules. Literally, these people went there, got paid to do an appearance at this restaurant that's, like, not a chain. It's like a, I don't want to say like a mom and pop or whatever, but I don't feel like it's like a chain. And they walked out of there taking that restaurant's pizza oven idea and taking it to Teresa and Louie, and then saying that was my idea. I won 50%. What? Come on. Like, that makes no sense. Even Kim D said, I forget the place. It's like Caroline's or something like that. It's like, literally, it's the same exact thing. That's why I think Teresa can't sell them or do anything with them to profit, because, like, there's some sort of copyright issue. So that's why they have, like, all these ovens and wherever they have them. You know what I mean? Like, I also did a video reminding you guys, don't forget who had the contact of the manufacturer in China. It was Melissa's family. So when she's like, we weren't in the circle, we didn't know, we would have put up the money too, yada, yada, yada. Nobody was giving us any information. Well, why wasn't your family, who literally set up who was the middleman for the manufacturer in China, because it was like right after COVID, manufacturers for anything was hard to find, yada, yada, yada. And don't forget, there was an allegation about another 25,000 that Louis gave to somebody over there for a business, and I don't know if they cut him out or it was a loan or what the deal was, but allegedly he gave him 25K and has never seen anything from it. I don't know if that's true, but that was along the lines with the Pizzagate, but it just didn't make as much of a headline because Pizzagate was more of like 250K, so nobody cared about the other 25K. That's a lot of money. A lot of money to lose, guys. A lot of money to lose. What do you guys think? I didn't hear marital problems. I think that that's really I think it's just getting really ugly. And I think it might even get worse before it gets better. I'm not sure. It could. It could get worse before it gets better. But maybe it won't. Maybe because they're on pause and producers are saying, like, maybe producers are saying, you guys got to figure it out. Like, you're going to figure it out or you're not going to work. And that's a lot of pressure, right? Because everyone else that works on New Jersey, like the cast and the other people, their livelihood depends on it too. So everyone's livelihood is depending on Melissa and Teresa and Joe and Louie figuring out how to get along to film for season 14 of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. That's honestly what I feel like. And I feel like, you know what? We'll starve them. We'll starve them out, make them need a paycheck. The longer they don't have a paycheck, the more willing they're going to be to compromise and find some sort of resolution enough that they can film together, and that the university, they can have what they want. They can keep both of them. I'm so glad Teresa has someone like Louis that will have her back the way he does. Yes. Maybe production needs a break. I hope they change them. Allegedly hearing that Scottsdale. I heard that they are looking in Scottsdale, Arizona. I don't know what to turn that. I'm so sorry, guys. Hold on 1 second. Allegedly, they're looking in Scottsdale, Arizona, and interviewing women out there. That's like an up and coming, higher, like richer area. I was in Scottsdale probably like 8 or 10 years ago. It did seem like an elevated area even then, and I'm pretty sure that Kelly Dodd is actually from Scottsdale. Fun fact: I love when I have a little fun fact for you guys. Kelly Dodd is actually from Scottsdale, Arizona, and it is elevated because Scottsdale's pretty close, not pretty close, but in the vicinity of like Sedona and the Grand Canyon. And Sedona is like a real big spiritual place. It always has, but now it's getting more popularity. People know about it because of energy and stuff. So Chrissy Balls is probably Marge, or knows Marge. Chrissy Balls, though, she's a real person because she does show her lives and stuff, right? She is obsessed with Teresa and Louie. Hold on 1 second. Who forged their name? Okay. I heard that the adoption was finalized, but how were they able to do that if the baby mama wants custody when she gets out? Would she have to approve it? Well, first of all, it depends on who had custody when she went into prison. Um, Typically, if you have a mother who has full custody of their child and they're going to be incarcerated, they have to find someone to get approved through the state that they can sign over temporary custody to while they're incarcerated, because you need someone that's going to be able to make medical decisions, obviously take care of them. If the mother's getting child support, then it would go to the caregiver. But if you already maybe had a open case with children's services and your status wasn't like full custody, maybe it was like temporary custody, or maybe you were like working a case plan, then it could be different, because of it would depend on the length of time that maybe she was away, because she wouldn't be able to maintain her CPS case while she's incarcerated, because they might not even have known that she is incarcerated, even though it's the same state. Okay. Literally, I swear to God. Like, they may not even know that she went away. They just might think she quit showing up for her, therapy and her visitation. Who knows? So, it would really depend on her status before. Um, when we're talking about adoption, I guess really it would be John, because an adoption is different than custody. Okay. So allegedly John's mom, I think, had custody, because of course she would have been approved easily. She probably has money and a good attorney, and she's well put together, and she's whatever. So they were like, yes, absolutely, take this on, because who knows if John's dating this woman, you don't usually just date someone who's strung out on drugs and you're not, because you would be looking at them like they're crazy, right? So you're probably like using a little bit of what they're using, you know what I'm saying? So John's mom probably had like temporary custody, and then the longer it went, or if she got incarcerated, then the state would have she could have filed, and the state would have eventually given her full custody, and then she would have been able to pass that off to John. So really, I think they could be feeding us a little bit of a storyline here because at that point, if she's like adopting, you know what I mean? It wouldn't be a custody thing. It would be more John is the custodial parent at this point, and if the mom's incarcerated, yeah, I think she's had issues for a while, and hopefully she gets out and like reintegrates, and because you can never give up, like you can still try and get another case opened and start working with CPS and start with visitation, and she would just have to get out, stay clean, and she would have to get an attorney. The state would not provide an attorney for something like that. That always kind of constant causes an issue because it's hard to file legal documents if you don't have the history, if you know you don't go around filling out legal documents for phone services and such if you don't know what you're doing. So usually that's why it's harder for somebody who doesn't have a lot of money, or someone like her who's like in prison and now she's at the halfway house and she's just getting back on her feet. It's going to be difficult for her to go put a retainer down and then pay an attorney every time they go to court or they file paperwork. um Attorneys are expensive, but they're really smart. So, yeah. But I don't know. Maybe she's like really motivated and she will get out and do really good. And they like to see that too. So, I mean, it's not necessarily that she would have to like adopt him back. She probably just wants to be able to like see him and stuff because he is already like 14, 15, 16. At this point, it wouldn't really, he's going to, in 2 years, he'll be 18. So, you don't really have like a custodial parent at that point necessarily. So, and then he would be able to see her if he wanted, whenever, because that, you know, but I don't know. It's kind of a sad situation and it's a little crazy. Like, did they change the son's last name too? Like, when did John Fuda change his last name? Do we know? Did he change it after he was with Rachel or before he was with Rachel? Because if he changed it after he was with Rachel, then he would have had to have changed everyone's last name, including the son's. Now, that poses a problem if you can't get a hold of the parent if you want to change the child's last name. You have to try to serve them like 3 different times. You have to post it in the newspaper, okay? Like for the other parent if they wanted to contest. So that's a struggle to change a last name. So I'm wondering, maybe the grandmother, or I wonder if they have the same last name as the grandmother, because didn't she like marry into the child business? Maybe the grandma was a Fuda, and so she had the grandson be a Fuda, and so then John changed his last name to Fuda and married Rachel, and they're all Fudas. It wouldn't matter what she did if the child doesn't want to see her. New people after him. Who would you like to see in the new season? Yeah, great question. Who would you guys like to see in the new season? No new faces. Danielle Staub and Jacqueline Laredo are people I would like to see in the new season. I'm invested in their stories, kids, relationships, etc. Not Marge and Melissa. Um, Jacqueline says that she can't because she is like full-time mom and taking care of her son, and he needs a lot of care and attention, and she just doesn't have um that to be able to give. And she's in Las Vegas, and like their whole family's in Las Vegas now. Tinkerbell, I heard you want to be a gangster. Chrissy comes out on Up and Adam recaps. Really? I thought that they weren't. I thought that she like had tweets or something that were like um past inappropriate, but don't want to use quite the words. But I thought that like I didn't know that. I thought he like took her videos down. Maybe I was wrong. I would like to see the right couch and new Housewives give Teresa a lighthearted season. I agree. Sorry, don't want to see Danielle Staub again and her time and done. The real question is, Why Fuda, though? Because that was the last name of the tile business. So it had a little bit of status in their community. Again, this is like a little New Jersey thing, right? In this little small town area of New Jersey. Like, just, you don't have to have a lot, just a business, a family name, a little bit of family money. You're going to be, just saying. I would like to see Teresa have a lighthearted season as well. I think that that's really a lot. Like, they keep Jennifer because she helps support Teresa too. And people really love to see Jennifer shine. I thought she had a great season too, but I really hated to see the way Andy Cohen treated her at the reunion. And I feel like, oh, Andy, like, why, why? I don't get it. I also want to know if you guys have been watching the Real Housewives of Orange County. Have you? Tamra, her mother's living with her. Um, Eddie seems happy to film, which seems a little bit strange. Don't forget, Shannon is going to film all season with John, and then he's going to break up with her like a week after filming ends. So that's going to be a little crazy. We have Gina with her children and her fiance's children. She's going to be getting her real estate license. Yay, Gina. And we have Heather Dubrow, who's like, you have 6 kids, but you have no time to come to any of my events. And like, you don't invite me anywhere. And Gina just goes on. Like, Gina does not like to take accountability. She, like, she doesn't like the pressure of it. You can tell she like talks around it. Oh, Tinkerbell said I'm not watching OC no more. Not a fan of Tamara. I like Shannon though. She is more authentic. She is very authentic. I agree. I feel like this season revolves around a tight circle. Andrew will be able to choose such a set that we will see a smile on the lady's face, not tears. I know, but I feel like that's what they want. It's terrible. Oh my gosh. Peggy said Christy was tweeting nasty things about Melania. That's terrible. Oh no, that's terrible. I agree, guys. I hate this info. It's like too staged. I know. Either stopped watching when Heather and Tamara came back on. I know, guys. I know. But listen, it's this in Atlanta, okay? So we're going to try to make the best of it. Like, it's this Atlanta, or we're going to be talking about New Jersey for another whole year, okay? I mean, because Beverly Hills isn't due to come out for a while, and we're not going to get a great season out of Beverly Hills. I hate to tell you guys this, but we're not, okay? They filmed like 3 months. They did not want to give us like a real dramatic season. They're going to fight over like champagne glasses. Okay, we're not going to get something amazing there. I'm going to go back to reviewing the Real Housewives of Atlanta, though. I lagged for a couple. I know. I'm sorry. Also, I feel like we should be getting Real Housewives of Miami coming up. Again, Bravo allegedly taking over that franchise, which pisses me off because Peacock would drop like 3 episodes at a time instead of these breadcrumbs, because that's what Bravo gives us, okay? We talk about them, we give them free press, we give lots of, attention to all of their shows and all of the Stan accounts and the Bravo accounts, and they give us beef ravioli energy. Seriously. That's what they do. They leave us crumbs 45 minutes after commercials. They leave us hanging for 2 weeks at a time sometimes. Not Peacock. No, they don't do that. They're like, here you go. Here's 4 episodes. Have a great weekend. You're like, yes, right? And then they'll do like week by week by week. And then boom, they'll surprise you. Have a great weekend. We gave you 2 episodes, right? And meanwhile, Bravo's over here. We got 13 episodes out of New Jersey. What? We didn't even talk about the rumor, really? I mean, we didn't talk about who the guy was. We didn't talk about the publicist. The publicist was involved with that whole situation, plus the whole situation at the Kansas board. Like, We got the publicist that we are talking about that we ain't seeing. We got Laura Lee Jensen that we talked about all season that we never met. We got Bo Deal. We talked about him at the reunion. We never met him. Like, I don't know. Just seems a little cray-cray to me. I'm not digging it. I'm just not. Margaret tries her best to get in with bloggers so she will get good press. I'm telling you. I know. I know. Thank you. Have you guys subscribed to the like button and make sure that you subscribe, switch your notifications on, because I always bring my tea through YouTube first before I put it on my other platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, Instagram. Yes. I also did a you guys know Giorgio Says. He did a video, right? And it was pro Eminem, and then somebody, you know, did like a duet with it basically and gave their opinion, which was the complete opposite, and they gave a great opinion. So I reposted that today on my Instagram as well because I thought it was a great video, and it really breaks down everything that transpired in 3 minutes, all about the $500 gift card that the allegedly like bought sunglasses with. Someone said it was a $500 Walmart gift card. I don't know if they were just messing with me because allegedly Margaret has a Walmart line. I told you guys I did a video on it. The clothing, I'm not being an asshole. Literally, it just says pre-worn. It's pre-worn Macbeth collection, sizes like small and extra small, and like some authentic items like phone cases and cords and stuff. Margaret tries to befriend everyone, and then when she gets her hook in, she starts manipulating. I see her coming a mile away, honey. That's so funny. I'm scared they're gonna give us her best friend like full time. That's what I'm scared of. I'm glad Miami is back. New person was fun to watch. Yes, Miami freaking killed it. That's what I'm saying. Like, Bravo needs to be taking notes from Peacock. Okay. Please. And they were mad at Larsa. You know, she filmed with Scott Disick during production. Was it last season? They were pissed. They like reprimanded her. Like, they don't let those housewives just get like New Jersey. These girls just be running the streets of Instagram and out here passing out gift cards to damn Walmart or pizza ovens. What kind of shit is that? Margaret over here using $500 Walmart gift cards to purchase a pizza oven. Baby Jesus. Gosh, very soon she won't be giving anything away because she's going to need every penny she has. Jeez, Angel has. Share Bear, not for real. I seen that too. Margaret gave you a Walmart gift card. What the hell? I mean, I would feel kind of jaded if I got a Walmart gift card. I want to discover Visa or an Amazon gift card. Don't give me Walmart gift card. I hate Walmart. I'm not trying to be mean. I feel like they're like overpriced. Oh, hey Barbara. We're just talking about this $500 Walmart gift card over here that Margaret's over here passing out because she's buying pizza ovens. She's trying to take pizza ovens to the reunion. Was she going to unpackage it? Or, I mean, what was the plan for the pizza oven? Going rate was $500 Walmart gift card because Margaret got her line in Walmart, so she probably got a discount. That's what I'm trying to say. I would feel a little bit jaded if you would pay me a $500 gift card from Walmart because you got your clothing line there, but the clothing is used. And I'm not being an asshole about that. Just pre-warned by Margaret. If you want to, she probably doesn't wash it, so you could, if you like her, you could like probably smell her in the clothes if you like, because people say when you buy from like the Kardashian closet and from Kim and Kroy when they were selling their stuff, yeah, like it didn't come pre-cleaned. Like if you wanted to, when Lamar Odom said that about Khloe Kardashian, somebody else verified it when they like bought something from her because they said it did not smell that great. So I'm assuming they don't wash it. You know, you just get it as is. But it's a size small or extra small, so I'm not going to be able to shop the Macbeth collection, and I can't shop at Envy because I think they only go up to size medium. So I don't know. Just saying. Guys, let me know if you guys shop there and how you feel, if you're a size small or extra small. Just saying. So anyways, guys, yep, that's what's going on in the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Again, I think Andy talking about Beau on the Cyrus radio was a little bit, I don't like that very much. So, but all right, guys, I hope you have a great Monday and we will chat soon. Make sure you hit that like button and we'll chat soon. Bye.